Now on ESPN8, The Ocho, bringing you the finest and seldom seen sports from around the globe since 1999. If it's almost a sport, we've got it here.
Welcome to the regular season finale of Sgffl Today. I'm your host, the Commish. Oh, what a season it certainly was. 3 of the 4 divisions decided in the final weeks on the final game. And now we head into the playoffs. And the lone team that did not decide their division in the final week was the Scott City Seminoles. They had theirs wrapped up long ago, and because of that, they faced a little scrutiny from the rest of the league.
They're what we thought they were. We played them in preseason. Who the hell takes a third game in the preseason like it's bullshit? We played them in the third game. Everybody played 3 quarters, or who we thought they were. And that's why we took the damn field. Now, if you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook.
Now let's bring in the owner of the Scott City Seminoles, Scott Gross. And for the second year in a row, Scott City, the number 1 seed, heading into the playoffs. They'll have a bye, and they'll also have on their backs a target. A lot of people thinking that they're not as good as they think they are. So, Scott, how do you react to all the negativity surrounding your team? No problem. What do we say to the haters and the doubters? Well, the only thing I can say is we've been the most consistent team all year long. From week 1 all the way through week 12, we've been in the top 5 in the power rankings. We've been one of the top scoring teams all year long. We've been the most consistent team all year long. So anybody can doubt us all they want. They can say that we squeaked by in games, but you know what? We found a way to pull them out. And unlike Big D and No and Cammy Killers, who had an opportunity to win their divisions, we got our business done early, and they didn't. So I would say to all the doubters, just take a look at the stats. We've been the most consistent team. We're second in scoring, and we haven't faltered all the way through. Okay, Scott, any predictions for the postseason other than your own team doing well? Any predictions other than ourselves going deep? Well, Commish, you know, it's very hard to make predictions. I don't like to do that. We saw your blog on Monday night, and your predictions failed miserably. So to make any kind of predictions as what's going to happen, I really don't want to go there. I think what happened in the end of the year, seeing what Last Trip did, seeing what the BVDs did, seeing what Thumpers Bumpers did, I think that really kind of really shifted the playoff thing. Now you've got No, and you've got Cammy as a 9 seed, you've got Big D as a 6 seed. I mean, those teams really could either wreak a lot of havoc in the early rounds, or they're going to get bumped out. You know, it's going to be very interesting. We've got some amazing matchups now, and you got some teams now that are going to be able to coast. And hats off to Lashup, first of all. I think Bob Polkamp is one of the premier owners in the league, and I think that he's shown that. He's right behind us, and right behind Big D, and right behind Nick Schaefbauer, is one of the most innovative and can do a lot with a little bit. So Bob Polkamp, I think, where he was and where he finished, hats off to him. And he's playing with house money now. You know, he basically has next year paid off, and he's got a whole slew of draft picks. So when it comes to predictions, I have no idea. There's a lot of close matchups that you look at, and Big D's going to be without one of their big guns, and DeMarco Murray, and you got Bert's Badasses without their top player. So the bye week really plays into this more than the matchups, I think. So looking at predictions, we're not going to go there. We're just going to take care of business. Thank you, Scott, and good luck in the playoffs. Well, let's take a look now at some of those juicy matchups because of the topsy-turvy end of this season. We've got some teams where they probably shouldn't be. Let's take a look at Big D and Cammy Killers. Those 2 teams could really wreak some havoc or be bounced early. Here's a look at the opening round of the playoffs. The number 12 ranked Untouchables and Odell Beckham Jr. will take on the number 5 seed New Orleans Nemesis. The number 11 seed J-City Jayhawks will take on Big D's Dynasty. They fall from a number 2 seed, does Big D, to a number 6. At number 10, Ron Mexico's STDs. They will take on the number 7 seed, the Red Devils. And the number 9 seed, Cammy Killers. They could have been a 4 seed in a first-round bye. Instead, they fall to a number 9 seed and will take on Bert's Badasses, the number 8 seed. And now let's take a look at the toilet bowl. Here now is going to be the pairings. Now we have two pools, Pool A and Pool B. The 4 teams in Pool A will play a round robin against each other. That means you'll play everybody once. The team with the best record in that pool will take on the team in Pool B with the best record or most points scored if there is a tie. Those 2 teams will meet in the Toilet Bowl Championship, both assured of a top 2 pick and a $50 cash prize for the winner of that game. If the top 2 worst teams in the league do not qualify, the worst that they can pick is 3rd or 4th. Here is a look now, just unveiled moments ago. Pool A and Pool B. The first team out of the chutes is One I Wonder. Newcomer Nathan Thompson is the number 3 overall seed. That means he's the 3rd worst going into the Toilet Bowl. He'll be playing the Boston Steamers in round 1. Boston, the 2nd worst team in the league. Number 3, the K&N Friends. They are the 6th worst. Actually, one of the better teams in this pool. And the best team, the Hillman Chiefs. So it'll be One I Wonder versus Boston in the opening round and K&N versus Hillman. Pool B looks like this. Sgffl, the number 5 seed, will take on the Hurt Locker, the number 1 seed, or the worst team in the Toilet Bowl. St. Paul will take on the High Flyers in the 3-4 matchup. Well, there you have it. All the pairings as we head into Week 13. Let the playoffs begin. Who knows what will happen at the end of this year. But we do know, in the past decade, the top 5 teams in the CBS Power Rankings, one of those 5 have taken the whole cake. Here are the top 5 teams in the final regular season CBS Power Rankings. It says, and it predicts, the last 10 years, one of these 5 teams will be your champion. We'll have to wait and see if that turns into fruition or if somebody comes from the bottom to the top. Thanks for joining me. I'm the Commish. This has been Sgffl Weekly. Enjoy the playoffs.